Welcome back to Relentless Talk Radio. This is episode 7 of the Digital Evolution, Entrepreneur's Guide to Evolving Online, with Brandy Lawson from FireFX and I, sharing my experience and her experience of helping me and all my flipping brands evolve online digitally. So, yep. Hey, here we are in different spaces. We've got our headgear on. This is the first time we haven't actually matched.
I know. It's not every day you have a safari hat. So
I know, that's pretty cool. So you're and your sisters, and you've been rating her hats. And
I was rating her hats.
I just moved into a new space, and I haven't had time to go to hat shopping, so I need to get more hats. But I don't think you guys have seen my Diamondbacks hat yet. It's one of my faves. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Looking forward to being able to watch baseball games again. It's been kind of sad. All of that COVID stuff is yuck. So today we're talking about, and I'm going to go ahead and do this. How's that? Creating a plan. Whoa, huh? Part 2, episode 7. So last week we talked about, I'll let you fill it in.
Oh, so last week we talked high level about creating a plan, and hopefully you were very convinced that yes, you need to have a plan. A plan is how you make decisions easily. If you spend a little time and some brain effort thinking through the big picture, then when you go to implement, everything's easier. So last week, we really talked high level about the concept of a plan for Choose Healthy Change, one of Michelle's brands. And I thought that it would be helpful because, it's nice to kind of get your brain around it. But then when you sit down in front of a blank piece of paper, I don't know about you, but I'm like, a blank sheet of paper. I don't know what to do with that. So I thought it would be helpful.
I don't know. I mean, I actually get excited about blank sheets of paper, but that's probably because I'm an artist.
Yeah. So some people, it's like the thing. For me, I'm like, I will start faster if I can see how it's going to come together, or if I can have something to revise.
100%.
So that's what we're going to do today. Is we're going to take that concept that we talked about in episode 6, and we're going to put it down in a document so that you can see how this could be done. Now, this is not the only way to do it, but it kind of will give you a framework so that you can create your own plan, and also know that you do not, a plan and a strategy isn't down to the absolute every tactical detail. It is enough of a framework and guideline that you can know, oh, okay, now this needs to happen, this needs to happen, this needs to happen. So also, your plan may change as you execute it. That's okay.
You know what? Your flipping plan is going to change. Oh my God, people, get over it.
But it's still worth planning. Yeah. It's still worth planning, because when you think through these things ahead of time, when the plan needs to change, that's okay, because you've already considered the facets of each piece, and if it needs to change, that's great. So planning is useful, but just realize that the plan is going to change. And that's why I like to make plans that are frameworks that give enough information for people to go do things, but I don't need to get into the technical, tactical details. This is not an ops document. This is not a process document. It's a plan.
And that's really good to know, because I think sometimes what gets people stuck is they feel like they have to know what they need to know before they even know it.
No. And
then they get paralyzed, and they get analysis paralysis.
Because I'm the worst.
100%. I'm definitely a think things through person, but I've caught myself. This is what happens when you're an entrepreneur. You catch yourself overthinking things, and you realize, stop. You just need to have like a general broad stroke at this point, Michelle. Don't spend 3 hours dreaming up this little tiny widget, because it may change.
Yes, and it's nuanced. So, when somebody's like, make a plan, your plan may change, you're like, well, what's the point of plan? Going through that mental exercise of thinking things through is really helpful. It starts to help your brain connect the dots, so that when a new piece of information comes along, you can just incorporate it into the existing framework, because you already thought it through.
100%.
All right, let's dig in.
I'm excited. Well, between you and Scotty Yang this week on the Video Lab, an Entrepreneur's Guide to Creating Video, he helped me with a worksheet to create a plan for a storyboard for our first evergreen video for Relentless Talk Radio. And I just love the two of you, and I'm looking forward to doing the same with Jillian Millam from Early Morning Light Studio, because exactly what I wanted to happen with these for myself is happening, and sharing it real time, I think, is important for people to see how it actually works. So thanks for taking the time to make the worksheet.
Yes, for sure. And again, like, it's not super fancy. Like, let's level set expectations here.
Yeah.
But just having that framework to work through, I think, really frees us from the analysis paralysis.
But you know what? You don't need to like downplay the fact that you're a rock star. I know you're a rock star. So are we showing them the worksheet now?
Yeah, we're showing the worksheet now.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is it automatically does it. I'm going to get rid of this.
That's not the worksheet.
Wait, hang on. Hide. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Let's see. Where'd it go? Here it is.
Mystery.
Cool.
It ran away.
There you go.
There it is.
Oh, there's the worksheet. Okay, great. Awesome.
Cool. So, as we talked about last week, Michelle has several channels under her Choose Healthy Change. Right. One of the primary ones is her website. So currently, ChooseHealthyChange.com points to a sales site. Mm-hmm. That's great. So I think we've talked a little bit about minimum viable, about where to start. Always buy a domain, point the domain to wherever you need to start. So when Michelle started out, she's like, hey, I've got this sales thing that's provided to me. I'm going to point my domain there. Cool. Now she's ready to evolve. So the new role, so currently, like...
Hey, I wanted to draw attention to the fact that I had toothpaste on my mouth. I just love that.
Oh, excellent. Well, we know that you brush your teeth. Great. You get points for dental hygiene.
Okay, so I actually am going to be building out my website. Right now, it's pointing to my partner's sales site, but I will be building it out because I have just switched over to SiteGround for hosting. my hosting from a different provider, shall we say. And so I'm excited about it.
So the new role of your website is going to be basically connect with the community, right? So people would go there to figure out how to connect with the community.
Yep.
They would go there if they've heard about you and they want more information. So it's going to be partially informational.
And they would go there to connect with events that I'm either hosting or inviting to. And social activities as it relates to health and fitness.
Is that the same as events?
Not really, kind of. Events are educational opportunities and business opportunities. The meetups, probably a good way to put it, are opportunities to work out together, hike together, social stuff.
Okay, so there's kind of two kinds of events.
Right.
One is the education and business. The other is the health and fitness, social activities, meetups.
100%.
Okay, cool. All right, so the role of the site that she's going to be creating is for people to connect with the community. And when I talk about these roles, I usually talk about them from the audience's perspective, because this is another place where, like, I talked about this yesterday with another group of people. They were a bunch of musicians. Like, get out my soapbox about your web presence is not for you. It is for your audience. So when we're thinking about the role, it's a role for the audience. The audience can connect with the community, get information on health and wellness, except for I can't spell it. Connect with events, education and business, and social activities, meetups for health and fitness.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
And also connect to product sales.
Okay. And then it's not losing its role as a product sales.
Well, and product sales and information.
Well, I think that this is where when I say information on health and wellness, that is
fall into the same category.
Yeah, that is both the educational big picture and then how to execute with your particular product line.
Right.
Okay, so Michelle, have you chosen a platform that you're going to build your new site with?
WordPress.
Okay, so she's going to build a WordPress site, website. Okay, We're going to get into a couple technical details here just because I think you've already thought about this and you have some experience with building WordPress sites. And I think it could be helpful for people if they want to get enough of the plan. Oh, we're gonna get people chiming in. That's great. If they want to get enough of a plan to either solicit help or do it on their own. So with your WordPress website, do you already have a theme or builder that you're going to use?
I'm going to use the Beaver Builder.
Okay. And so Beaver Builder, just for the audience, Beaver Builder is both a theme and a builder. And this can be a little confusing. So there's like Divi's out there, Elementor, Beaver Builder. These are all WordPress builders, page builders. Beaver Builder, they all have a theme level and a builder level. So you could actually choose a different theme and still use one of these builders with it. But if you're going to do Beaver Builder from scratch, I recommend using their theme and their builder. So great. That's that.
So for people listening who aren't tech savvy, so a builder is the tool inside of WordPress, which is an online application. So WordPress is an online application that builds websites. But within WordPress, Beaver Builder is a tool that helps you to move blocks of information design elements around to actually do the look and feel of your page.
Yes, yes. And most every website creation tool at this point have some version of what they're calling a builder. So basically, you do not need to know code to be able to arrange things how you want on the page and design them.
Drag and drop kind of deal.
Yeah, yeah. And the reason that there's multiple builders, and I don't think that one is necessarily better than others, it's really about how your brain works. Because each one of them has a slightly different, like there's a lot of similarities, but each one has a slightly different way
that your brain works at all.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So great. You've decided WordPress website, you're going to use Beaver Builder. Have you thought about what pages? So based on the role, have you thought about a sitemap? Like that is to say, obviously there's a homepage.
Yep.
And then are you going to have a blog on this site?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll have an about me section so people can learn a little bit about me.
So this is getting into the weeds just a slight tinge bit.
Okay.
But if your audience is probably accessing this mostly on mobile, sometimes what I'll call a thorough homepage, which means a homepage that has an about me. You don't necessarily need an about me page.
Right.
If you have an about me section on the homepage, like you could create a very long homepage, which
I just want like a paragraph, like a little blurb about who I, not like a big.
Not like a big to do.
On my artist website, I have a big artist bio, which is like ridiculously long because that's what artist bios look like. But, I mean, like a blah 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 blah, because that's the way it should be, right? Given the culture. But on these pages, it's a very short little 1 or 2 sentence thing about who the heck I am.
Okay, so based on so it's helpful to define the role first, because then when we get into the sitemap, that is defining the pages. On your homepage, you're going to have an about section, an event section, a connect section, which is like how you connect them into the rest of your stuff, and a call to action.
Okay.
And then you have a blog. Great. Is there anything else that you've thought about that you wanted on this website as far as like pages or functionality goes?
I'll probably have links to my YouTube channel.
Okay, so
I have that blown out a little bit more than just a social media link, because a lot of the education that I do is related to YouTube videos.
Okay, so I would think that would go in your connect section.
Yep. Okay.
YouTube videos, links, previews of social.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it. I want to keep this page as simple as possible because less is better today. Can we talk about the overwhelm is real? Oh my goodness, right? I mean,
well, and back to the concept of minimum viable.
Yeah.
So your first next step doesn't have to be your last next step.
Right.
It doesn't have to be the end. It's the first version. So I think that is plenty. It's great.
The
And that's
main reason for this website is to give a very quick visual overview of that brand and what that brand's purpose is, which is to help people to end physical and financial suffering. And to give them some high-level overview that they can click and dig in deeper if they want to. Yes. And also a place where I can send people to go, hey, you want to buy something? Just go to choosehealthychange.com. You can get to my store from there.
Great. Okay, so and another thing that I just added in there that I want to call attention to real quickly is outcome. When I'm creating even like scopes of works for clients, I'm always very particular about stating an outcome.
Right.
So that when there's any question as we work through things, we go back to the outcome. Is this related to what we're trying to achieve? All right. So there, website, there's a plan. Like, so it's not crazy. It's pretty high level, but it allows Michelle, as she's building the site, to come back and go, oh, right, we get this is what I'm going to do. Maybe she gets a new piece of information between now and then and adds something to the plan or changes something to the plan. Great. But when she goes to create this, she already has a sitemap. She's really clear about the outcome that she's achieving. She's really clear about the role. So when she's creating the content, she can be speaking to the role of the website.
Right.
Yep. All right. So then Facebook page. It already exists. Its role really isn't changing. Same. Connect and engage with the purpose and community. Are you going to be making any changes to your Facebook page at this point? I know you're posting frequently. I know
I'm probably going to be, well, I need to be posting more regularly in Choose Healthy Change. So one of my tasks that's been on my to-do list is to create my Airtable, where I'm really being very clear about where I'm posting, what I'm posting, and how I'm posting. My studio office move has slowed that down a bit, but we are headlong in pursuit of a plan there. So I'm posting more often and regularly, and also strategically.
Right.
Yeah. So regular framework for posting on we have. And so what else are you asking me?
Is there any change to the purpose? Like, is there anything else that you want to change to make sure that the Facebook page is achieving its purpose?
Other than more frequent posts that are linked into a strategy, no.
Okay. Well, then there. So, oh wait, outcome. There it is. Outcome. Outcome. I'm going to call that more consistent presence that links into strategy.
So right now I'm posting, but I'm not
it's not strategic. Like you're not in the sort
strategy of like, I have a strategy in my head, but it's not fine-tuned yet. Where we were saying earlier, like I put the plan in place and I'm doing a broad stroke activity right now, but I want to drill down deeper so I have a major strategy. And also one of the things that I really love to do is tag my team on certain types of posts so that they're engaging with the page. So getting my team really engaging on a deeper level. So not just engaging my public, but engaging my team so that we can I can get them to engage more often.
Yes. Okay. Cool. All right. So then on to the Facebook group. So that one, it already exists. Is its role going to change, your Facebook group?
So I have different types of groups in the Choose Healthy environment. So I have a group that's for people who are considering being part of on a deeper level, right? I have a group that are current product users, and I have a group for business builders.
All right, so we've got Facebook group considering, Facebook group product users, aka customers, And Facebook group business builders.
Right. And those guys are Choose Healthy Change agents.
Okay. All right. So in the considering Facebook group, is the role of that group going to change at all? Or is it just going to stay the same?
Nope. Stay the same.
Okay. And the role of that group is to help people, give information and education to people who are thinking about making health changes in their life.
So they're people that are kind of like on the shelf. You know, they
Right.
definitely they're interested. They've liked the page and they're paying attention to the page, but they're actually like on the cusp of making a decision on changing their health, and then they want some inspiration to get to the next level. So these are folks that are trying to make a decision.
Okay. All right. And are there any updates you want to make? Is that working like it is, or is there something that needs to change in that group to help it work better for its purpose?
I haven't been dumping people in there just yet because I wanted to make sure that when I did dump is a bad word, but I haven't been inviting people in there yet because I want to make sure that when I do, I'm very consistent with my posting. So this group has been on hold until I have my Airtable built so that I can be very consistent with the folks that are trying to make a decision. Because they're not fans yet. They're considering maybe being fans. They've been curious enough to follow the page, and they know they need to change something, but I want to make sure that what I'm doing with those folks is very solid and strong and predictable.
Okay. Okay, so basically it's kind of the same thing here as here, is that you want to create that regular schedule framework for posts and getting that in there and creating basically a foundation so that when you're inviting people in, they're getting what they came for.
Right.
All right. So product users, it exists. Is its role changing or its role staying the same?
Same.
Okay. And its role is to?
Its role is to keep the folks that are purchasing, using, and have goals with my products to stay engaged so they reach their goals.
Okay. So, place a community for people in pursuit of health goals to get information, accountability, and support to reach their goals.
Right.
All right, cool. Is there anything that needs to change inside of this group, or is it working?
It's the same story. I'm posting in there, but want to be more regular and consistent.
Okay, so basically you have like the first version, and now you're like, okay, we want to make this really juicy and inviting, and where people can't wait to see what's next, and hold each other accountable and celebrate wins and all of those things.
Right. And I think that this kind of goes back to our first part of our conversation about putting a broad stroke plan in place and not waiting to put that plan in place and have it be perfect. I've been posting probably 2 or 3 times a week in there, but I want to post daily in there.
Right. All right.
And I also want to encourage the product users to engage with each other, because it's not just about me. And I've been reading GoPro by Eric Worrell, and also thinking about this, and also listening to Emily Varva, who is a network marketing guru, and Jordan Adler, also network marketing guru. I don't want my users to think their success is all about me. It's like being a good parent. I want to give them wings to fly.
Right.
And have them make friends with their siblings. They need to be self-entertaining, right? You can relate to this with your mom, right?
Right.
That's the reason why you're away this summer. So you have a group effort. Right. I believe that community, as it relates to health and fitness, is super important, because left to our own devices, we're going to sit on the couch and eat donuts.
100%.
So getting the community to enact with each other, where they have their own little relationships, quite independent of me, quite frankly. It is not all about me. And I think if you're creating a group and you make it all about you, it can't be all about you. It's got to be about the people.
Right. All right. So business builders, the role of that group is staying the same.
Yep.
And the role of that group is
education to my business builders, inspiration. I think that all entrepreneurs have dark nights of the soul, like every flipping night for some people. Really, can we be honest? You know what I mean? And being able to create a space where they're being educated about the product that they have signed up to align with, and they are being inspired and supported, not just by me again, but by each other, and also by my leaders, you know?
Right. Okay. All right, cool. And so what is this working as is, or do you want to make any changes or updates to how it's working?
You know, one of the things that I've updated about this is, you know, we're part of a bigger team, and that bigger team is posting a lot of information regularly. So what I've told my team is my independent messenger stream is the exclamation point on our larger team's activity. So our larger team is about 12,000 people in it. Whew. So there's a lot of activity going on there, and there can be a lot of white noise on your feeds and groups when the team is that big. Some teams within my organization are 99,000 people. I mean, there's a lot of people from all over the world communicating 24/7. And so what I tell my business builders is turn off your notifications on all your messenger streams, because you will lose your flipping mind if your phone is going ding, 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 ding all day long. Okay? And when that happens, it turns into wallpaper and people don't hear anything. It's just background noise. It's like the freight train going by your house. After a while, you don't hear it, you know? So what I tell them is the only stream I want you to have turned on is mine, because I am going to be putting an exclamation point on things that I really think are of value to you.
Okay.
And then 15 minutes a day to review, you know, to kind of review the streams and put it in your calendar so you don't miss anything. It's not all about me spoon feeding to you, but I'm going to let you know what I think is really important. But please do continue to manage those streams where it's ding, 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 ding all day long.
Yes. All right. So that's the Facebook group for business builders. We don't need to change anything there. It's working as is. How people interface with it is what you're sort of making sure they understand.
Yeah. And again, more consistent and strategic. It's, you know, across the board. I mean, I'm pretty consistent in that page, but that particular stream, but.
All right. And then the Facebook Messenger group, its role is the role of it staying the same.
I got confused there for a minute.
Okay, so do you have a Facebook group for business builders?
So my group and my messenger stream work in conjunction with each other. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm posting in the group the details about something I want to communicate. So there's an education. Here's a date, time frame. Here's the worksheets. Here's some images. Okay. But then in the messenger stream, what I'm doing is supporting what I'm putting in the group by sending a small message saying, hey, go look at today's message. I tagged you on it. Take a peek. Or if there's something super personal, like one of my team members just had a car accident.
Ooh.
Reaching out to him for a couple of weeks, I thought he fell off the radar, and then come to find out he had a really horrible accident. So asking my team to reach out to him. So the group is for like the big bulky rocks, and the messenger stream is for the sand.
Okay, so you have a messenger stream for each one of your groups. Is that accurate?
No.
Okay. All right. So
except for I don't have a messenger stream for the considering people.
Okay, so for the product users
and the builders, there's a stream.
Okay.
And the stream is, the group is like the, hey, here's the stuff, right? But they may or may not be seeing what's in the group. And the messenger stream is the poke.
Right. All right, so the role is draw attention to in the group or group communications. All right. All right, and the update, those are working as is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so then we'll just update this one.
So with the overwhelm, what I found is you have like your business pages that are for your main brand and for the products that you're partnering with or the product that you're partnering with. And then you have groups that are more individualized. And then you have messenger streams that are more personal.
Right. Okay, so there it is. Like it's now written down, and so that means that you can reference back to it when your brain fog or it's melting out your ear, or if you're going to have somebody assist you.
Like, I was just going to say, it's written down. When I start to delegate, not if, but when I start to delegate, yeah.
Yes, now it's written down, it's captured, it can evolve, but now it can be easily communicated between people or back to yourself. Because I don't know, sometimes like me, I'm like, oh, squirrel. Oh, what was I thinking?
What was I doing? No, and that's why we have our Trello board. We were just talking about that this morning. Like, where were we at? What are we doing? We have things happening in our personal lives, and sometimes you forget. I think it's also a really great thing to have this written down to share with your team. Because my goal is to empower my business builders to be able to do this on their own.
Yes.
So it's an education tool, it's a delegation tool, and it's a squirrel eliminator tool.
Exactly, precisely. So there we have it. It's documented, it's high level, it's nothing fancy, but it now will help you move forward more effectively and more efficiently.
And we've put this in a Google Doc so that I can just share a link with my team builders. So when I'm ready to get to this level of conversation with my team builders and with the fitness professionals that I am doing Coach with Mick with, which links into Choose Healthy Change, then I can just share a link as opposed to getting an email, going to grab it, emailing it, and then they're like, where did you put that? They have to search their email. I'm a big believer in using shared files.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
So I think we covered the whole thing, right? I'm taking a look at our checklist.
Boom, boom, boom.
Great. So we wanted to talk a little bit about Go Digital Faster.
Oh yeah.
And so you and I, and we're going to get rid of this. You and I and Scotty Yang and Jillian Millam are putting together a thing called Go Digital Faster. And folks can sign up to get on the email list to learn more about that as we develop it, because we're in development stage right now. But our goal is to provide mad value for folks from 3-tiered level, from free, moderate to a little bit more, right? We're kind of putting legs on that now. And the goal of the whole membership-based subscription is going to be able to provide affordable guidance for folks that want to evolve digitally online from a strategy perspective, using video in photography and social media to get the job done, right?
Yep. Yeah. It's kind of in the name, Go Digital Faster. It's like all of this information is available in some way, shape, or form out on the internet, and you can go to the U of Tube and consume it yourself. But we were putting together our expertise to help you do this faster, more efficiently, more effectively, and not make expensive either time or money mistakes.
Exactly. And so you'll be able to tap into the power mind of the four of us collectively. The other thing that we were very aware of as fellow entrepreneurs is that a lot of entrepreneurs, especially when they're in the scale up stage, are not ready to absorb more marketing cost. And so we wanted to provide an affordable solution that will allow people to be part of a community where they can tap into our collective expertise in a structured, strategic way, as we've been talking about, but also to give added value. So we'll be adding events and coaching sessions and worksheets and all kinds of things that you can tap into on your own time, or you can come meet us in person, or you can do a Zoom video with us. We're kind of putting the added value pieces in place now, but there'll be mad value for a very affordable price for folks that are ready to scale up.
Yep.
Yay. Well, look at that. 35 minutes. We went a little bit over. That's okay. I hope you have a fantastic day.
You also, everyone out there, have a wonderful day.
And incidentally, if you would like to meet with Brandy and I, you can go to meetwithmick.com, and I'll put that on the screen here. And you can get a free consultation appointment with us talking about your digital strategy. Fiery FX and Relentless Talk Radio are partnering this year to offer additional value for folks who are wanting to first even have the conversation about what is this digital thing and how do I do it, and then to potentially make a plan to work with one and or both of us. So go to meetwithmick.com and choose the Fiery FX Digital Evolution complimentary consultation. That's our story today. Oh, you know, one of the things we forgot to say before we let go, an application or a tool.
Oh,
we talked about Google, but maybe we'll have to wait till next week because neither one of us have kind of thought about that pre-interview.
I was trying to think about if there was something that I've been using lately. If I could come up, well, it's not super like online, but if you are managing, if you are going between multiple email identities, so maybe you've got a Hotmail account and maybe you have a Gmail account, maybe you have Google Apps, or maybe you have Office 365 and you have all these identities that you're going between, a really cool tool is called Shift, SHIFT, Shift. I think it's tryshift.com. It is a kind of like basically a wrapper. It's an app that you launch on your computer, Mac or PC, and you can have all of your identities there, and you can then just switch between them. So like I've got my business account, and inside of my business account, I have access to the email, the calendar, and the drive. And then I have my personal account, I have access to the email, calendar, and drive. And then like I have my Hotmail account, email access. So it's like you're in one space, but you can swap between identities.
So that's really cool. Are you actually currently using that?
Oh, heck yeah.
That's really cool because I have separate Gmail accounts. And the reason why I have separate Gmail accounts is because I want separate drives for all of those brands. So every time I do a separate account. So that's a good one.
Yeah, inside of Shift, you can swap between them. Yeah.
And that's an example of what you'll get with Go Digital Faster, because you'll have 4 uber geeks.
Yep, for sure.
that are constantly have their finger on the pulse of new applications that are out there. So you'll get that real time, both from recorded aging interviews, okay, but also real time with new stuff being added all the time. So that's our story today. We're sticking to it. 38 minutes. Thanks a lot, Brandy. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the kids.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. All right, everybody, that's the end of episode 7 for Digital Evolution, an entrepreneur's guide to evolving online. We meet every first and third Thursday at 9 a.m.-ish. Okay, if we're a little bit tardy, it's because we're entrepreneurs and we're running around, but we try to be here at 9 a.m. every first and third Thursday at Relentless Talk Radio. So thanks a lot, everybody. Have a really good rest of your day.